At Frog's pop event, I thought the coolest aspect of the cards and the provocation rooms was the way that they were interpreted so differently. Each of them is a unique installation, different materials, different environment, different sound, and because of that, it evokes the senses differently. So when you walk into a room and you see something in front of you, even if it's something that you're familiar with, when you're using a different sense or a different part of your brain than you're used to, so let's say relying on memory versus reading something, let's say trying to use your nonverbal communication rather than talking to someone, you immediately think about whatever is in front of you differently, even if it's something commonplace. And it just gives you a new lens through which to look at design opportunities, to look at challenges, to look at problems. And that was really neat. It was really unique. And so things that are commonplace become unique, and things that you've never seen before allow you to really expand the way you're thinking about design and the opportunities of design. That was a really fun experience. My initial reactions to the Frog Pop event were honestly surprise and delight. Around every corner, there just was something different and new. Just when you thought you figured it out, you go into a different room and it's a completely different experience. So in one instance, you're watching a video and consuming content in a way that might be slightly expected, but then before you know it, it turned it on its head. In another room, it was devoid of any sound altogether. So it's a really varied set of experiences, and that's really interesting because you might reflect on an experience you had earlier in the night differently after seeing a new room. So the really interesting thing is that when the environments are so distinct, you're not only thinking about what you're experiencing in that environment, but what you might have seen or what you're about to see. The introduction of technology introduces a complexity, but also another interesting aspect. As we move through the world, just as people, we interact with technology all the time. A lot of time, we're not even conscious that we're doing it. And the Frog Pop event really put technology at the center and challenges you to interact with it and to come to terms with it and to think about how you might respond to it. And in the future, how you might think about or concept or design differently, leveraging this technology to do so. During the South by Southwest Design Track, there were a lot of panels, discussions, and talks about the future of technology and how even current technology is changing the way we think about design. So there's popular opinion is that things like AI and ChatGPT will potentially eventually make designers obsolete. But one of the things you're finding out and hearing as you learn more about these technologies is that actually we as designers have the opportunity to leverage these technologies to our benefit. And if these technologies do start doing some of the tasks and things that we as designers used to do manually, what does that give us the opportunity and the space to do? How can we leverage the content that AI produces and use that to think about it differently, to extend, to evolve, to design something that we never had the opportunity to design before because so much of what we were doing was manual. So it's been really interesting to see how different designers and technologists are interpreting, evolving, building on this technology, what they're using it to do, what they have found the limitations to be, and what that means for us as designers in the future, what opportunities we might have that we can share that we hadn't thought about before.